recent video as part of my marketing series, which I'll probably add this to the same playlist, I talked about websites. And although I gave a few pointers, I got loads of questions via DM on Instagram, I just wanted to go into a bit more detail and sort of give you some tips on each aspect of a website. Now, my website is not perfect. This is more of a do as I say, not as I do. And I'm going to go through it as a general walkthrough, I suppose. Now, I'm going to pop a link to my website in the description so you can sort of see how I've implemented these things as best I can. But there's many ways to skin a cat. Now, the most important thing in this is that when you have your website built, you get your web designer or yourself to do it around these parameters. Don't ask a web designer how to make your website because they'll come up with some fancy thing and you do not need it. Now, the first and most important part of your website is how many clicks it takes to see your work. Nobody should have to press anything to see your portfolio. Your home page should be your portfolio. There is no rationale, as far as I can see, to have anything else but your portfolio on your home page. If you look behind me, you'll see that my homepage goes straight to my images and it's a grid. So you can see the entire portfolio as an overview. And if you need to know more about portfolios, I've got a video of that either coming up or already uploaded, depending on when this comes out. But you need to see it straight away. There shouldn't be any click here to enter. Why do you need to click to enter a website? Why do you need a homepage before your portfolio? You're selling your images. Your portfolio should be your homepage. That is people's number one care. They don't care about the about section, the contact. They need to see the work. As far as I'm concerned, the grid at the moment is the best and most in trend way to do this. It's what people expect to see. It seems to be the way of the world. Some bigger photographers have different websites, but theirs are generally 10 years out of date because they don't need to tell people who they are. Everyone knows who Annie Leibovitz is. She doesn't need a website. Platon has a website and it's not like what you should have because everyone knows who he is. He didn't need to keep up to date on these things. We do. So first up, 0 clicks to get to your work. Now this next one is something which I got berated for on F-Stoppers, and that is file size. Make your file size small. Mine are 1000 pixels at 72 dpi. Yes, they look better at high resolution, but do you know what? Only photographers care. Your client wants to be able to open your website on their phone on 3G when they're in the middle of nowhere to show somebody something, on the iPad, on their rubbish company internet because it's divided by 70 members of staff. Go for small files. Don't put massive whopping files on there. It should load instantly. They don't want to be waiting for their rubbish broadband to try and render your images out. Go for a small file size. If they like your work, they're not looking at the image quality at this stage. If they want to see that, they'll ask you to come in with prints. There is no reason to have anything more than 1000 pixels at 72 dpi on your website. Your about section. It is completely pointless, but it will lose you clients. Do not write your about section in the third person unless you're so famous that you don't even know you have a website. It should be a personal about section. They don't care about what camera brand you use, what camera you use, how old you are. Saying I'm a 22-year-old photographer who shoots Nikon and nobody cares. What they want to know is, who are you? What's your experience? So I can't remember what mine says, but some very generic stuff about having been a project manager because that is relevant. About my work, that I can shoot to budget, that I shoot for big companies, small companies. There's a list of my clients underneath it. And then I have a fun question and answer bit. Hometown, favorite food, what I used to do. All these little bits of random information which aren't relevant, but every now and again somebody's interested in. So when I'm speaking to agents and agencies and buyers, they might want to see this because they want to know who I am as a person, not which camera brand I use, not which lenses I own, who I am, and whether they want to spend an incredibly stressful day with me at the helm. Now, your contact details. I saw a comment recently about somebody not wanting to put their mobile phone number on there and using something else because they didn't want to get spam calls. No, nobody's going to call you on anything else. You need your mobile phone number. Even agents use their mobile phone number. I use my personal mobile phone number. I get all manner of idiots messaging me on it. I ignore them. I get all manner of spam phone calls. I don't pick them up. But what needs to happen is that if I'm on my way to a location and the client's got a nightmare going on, they're already there, they need to be able to go onto my website and phone my mobile to say, Scott, something's gone south. We need you to quickly run and get this. Or Scott, we can't get into the location. Go have a coffee somewhere for a half an hour. You need to be contactable. It is your job to be contactable. Is contactable a word? Contactable. Contactable. Able to be contacted. Anyway, digression. People need to be able to get in touch with you. They don't want to phone some weird Google number or some landline diversion or whatever it might be. They might need to text you because it's not convenient to say out loud what they need to say. You should have your number on there. Mine's on there. Yes, I get people messaging me. I've had people find it on YouTube and message me on a Sunday evening. Yes, it annoys me. No, I'm not going to take it down. I need to have my number there. It is part of my job. It is just part of life. Same goes for my email address. Don't put a contact form, only have your email address too. I hate using contact forms because you can't attach things to them. Somebody wants to send me a brief that I don't want them to have to email me first via a contact form, for me to reply maybe later that day if I'm on a shoot, for them to send the information through. It's pointless. Have a contact form, just, if you need to. I think I've got one, I can't really remember now, but have your details on there anyway. Again, the last point is your blog. I used to blog. I've not blogged in years. I don't have time to keep a blog anymore. I'd love to, but I'm doing this instead because I find writing quite challenging and I find it much easier just to talk to a camera. It suits me better. I'm dyslexic. Writing's hard work. Now, if you do have a blog and you are going to keep it up to date, keep the dates in there. If you're going to blog once in a blue moon, do not have your date up because it looks like if you've not blogged for 4 weeks, your company's shut down. I see so many websites where it's like, oh, there's a blog here. Oh, it's 2017. I won't contact them. They're probably not active anymore. They might be, but I'm not going to waste my time. So if you're going to have a blog, either keep it updated at least once a week or take the dates off. Now, I hope this is of use to you. If you want to learn more about marketing in photography, especially commercial and food photography, do hit subscribe. I'm doing a series at the moment. There'll be a link somewhere around here, or there'll be a playlist going on, whatever it may be. Check them out. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. Come join me on Instagram at Scott Trethiniel. I'll have a link to that in below. And also our Facebook group. If you have any questions or want to start any discussions, it's a pretty friendly place. Dive in there as well. I'll see you all soon.